Bang! We are back with another video.
We're back.
Today is episode number 2. What are we going to talk about?
Today we're talking about loyalty.
Loyalty / trust / a little bit of networking. Business networking, relationships, loyalty, trust, etc.
If you guys are just tuning in, that's Brad. I'm Landon. We're both twins, 20 years old, both have businesses. Let's get into it. So, just before we got on, I was actually messaging someone, and this is a 6-figure purchase. But because I know the person, trust the person, I just text them like, hey, I want this package, blah, 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 blah. Just tell me a price. And that's good because anymore, it's like, I feel like you get like nickeled and dimed for literally everything. Everyone's trying to see what they can squeeze out of you. But when you have those contacts that you know what they're making, they make their 15-20% margin. You know what comes out of it. So within business, it makes it really nice. Loyalty is also good on our end for the businesses that we run.
Yeah. You should have people that you can immediately go to who you can either have handle stuff for you, or you can have people that, you can trust to test other people. And I'll go on that later. But I have a buddy, and he's very, very close to me, and he has one of my cameras for like, it's like $250. One of my like, it's like a gimbal for your phone. He has one of those for $250. It's worth $250, $300, something like that. And he has it, and I'm just letting him borrow it. I know he's gonna return it back because I have full faith. I have 100% faith, and that's the thing you need to have, is you need to have faith in people. And you need to understand that some people, they might be a little distrustful, but you can have faith in people who actually show loyalty to you. They prove loyalty to you. Me and the guy that I was just talking about, we're getting into, making more videos, etc., stuff like that. And what I actually have done is I purchased on Amazon, because I get 5% cash back because I use an Amazon card. I went on my account, purchased that camera for $1,000, and basically I gave it to him and gave him for, I let him use it, and I haven't got the money yet, but I have full faith that he's going to pay it back, because faith and loyalty is something that you sort of see over time. It's something that you kind of build within, interpersonal dynamics, to where you can sort of trust that person as time goes on, especially for business as well. Business is very, very important. You need to be able to, if you're running a car wash and you need to step away for like a week to do some business stuff for a week, different state, then you could be like, hey, John, can you go and handle the car wash for the next week? And you could trust them and have full faith in them that they will actually go out and do that and not try to screw you over in the process and be like, oh, well, I only collected $20, then they pocket the rest of the $80, but you made $100 total. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's also something like we try to press upon to our customers, that they can be loyal to us, they can trust us. So another thing we run is a event business, and what vendors do is they give us just our upcoming show next weekend. So they give us $40, right? That covers not only their rental for the space, that's the easy part, we just write the check to the fairgrounds, but also we have to be marketing. We market in the Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky region, kind of sometimes into Michigan too. But part of that $40 is knowing that it's going to go further in terms of marketing. We're going to bring more people in to buy their stuff. And that's pretty big on loyalty now, because we've expanded shows. We started in Springfield, Ohio, and then we outgrew that, went to Eaton. Now we fill that 2 times a year in 50,000 square feet. Just announced a show in Findlay. That's going to be a sold out show. And we started one last year in Columbus. And something that we've noticed is we have a high vendor retention from every single one. It doesn't matter where in the state it is, they follow us. And I don't say that to brag. Honestly, we've got the best vendors, but it's because we're providing value that frankly few shows are doing. There are shows that are doing well, but in terms of loyalty, they know they can give us that $40 or whatever it is, and we're going to market, because for us it also works, because the more money that we get off of attendees coming through the door is good for them, because it's also good business. So there's that push and pull, but that's something that we try to press really hard upon with our customers with loyalty.
Providing value and consistency is one of the most important things for loyalty. If you have a friend who consistently responds within the next hour, and actually you can count on them for consistency, and they're not gonna like screw you over one week or like not respond and be at the bars for like the whole next week and get totally wasted and not text you back, then it's like I don't know if I can really trust this person. They're not texting back. We got urgent matters. Hey, we need you here. Sorry, bro, I'm at the bar. I got drunk. So what? What do you mean? And think about McDonald's as well. Why do so many people like McDonald's? Because usually they don't screw your order up most of the time. Sometimes they do. You know, it happens. But all their food, it tastes the exact same. The consistency, like you know, if you go to McDonald's here or here, it's gonna be the exact same. But if you go to some place you don't really know and it's like it's new, you know, everyone's been to McDonald's plenty of times. You know the food's gonna taste good. It's gonna be cheap. It's gonna be reliable. It's gonna be quick. So you know already because you built the trust with McDonald's, and that's why McDonald's is so profitable.
I don't know. I think we're both like very in tune with that. Being twins, you know, we're from the same age range, so it's a lot of he'll call me or I'll call him for something, and it's like we're there right away. I think a lot of people lose that either because their sibling is a few years older, a few years younger. They just lose that connection. But for us, it's super easy that we're able to leverage family within our businesses. Like I can tell him like next weekend, be like, hey, I need you here from this time to this time to help me with this. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like the other day, or it was yesterday, I owed you money and I was like, I don't know what this money's for. I remember I owed you it and he couldn't remember what it was for. But I just paid him.
Yeah. And then I had something in my notes saying I need to pay him back. So it's like, well, I'm thinking like, what is this for? And I spent like a minute thinking, I'm like, why am I even trying to think of what it's for? It says to pay it back. It hasn't been checked off yet. So just pay it back, you know? Instead of like, you know, especially if you have to pay debts back, if you wait too long, it builds that, you know, distrust with someone else. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to get that money back. Like, for example, I used to work at a place. I was working as a security guard, and what would happen is people would come through, you know, at the shack all day long, and there was some guy who was like, complaining he's in, you know, financial trouble, etc. You know, this that going on, and he needs money, no money for gas, etc. So I tell him, hey, I'll give you $20. You can use that for gas, you know, get home, get back, whatever, you know, the last you pay probably for like 2 days or whatever. So I'm like, all right, just go ahead and pay me back at the next end of the week or the next 2 weeks. So he did. He paid me back the next week. So I'm like, okay, I can definitely lend money to this guy, but I know that, you know, you have to do it within your means. Of course, I'm like, I'm not going to lend the guy like $10,000. Say, yeah, bring it back to me next week, because that'll put you in hurt if they try to screw you over. But I have full faith in the person to be like, okay, if they, you know, if they don't return their 20, it's like, okay, I lost out on $20. You know, it is what it is. But you still tested the faith. You tested the faith between the two people, and if the faith just fades out, then you know, okay, you can't trust that person. You can't trust them. Simple as that.
And I think that's how banks work too.
Oh, yeah.
Like
loans,
they'll give you a little bit, and then they'll see if you'll pay it back.
Yep. Same with credit cards, credit score.
Yeah, they'll raise your credit limit, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I've experienced. Now the downside for us is we haven't really used the banks for any of our stuff. Our stuff has just been straight up, you know, startup. I know when we bought the car wash, we borrowed a few thousand off of you, and then paid that back over time. But we haven't really used the bank. And then now we're trying to close the deal probably in the next week, and the total capital expenditure is right around $330,000. So we're noticing, again, now that we're talking about loyalty, it's harder for us to look at the banker and say, I know you've never worked with us before, but please just trust us for $330,000. That's a hard thing to do. So I think when you're young, like we both work really hard on like the people that we're around and that sort of thing, that those are loyal people, because over time that's just going to grow.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're feeling now in 10 years, it's going to be even crazier.
Yeah. 100%. You have anything else to share?
I think that's all for video 2.
Yeah. Big on networking as well. You got to test people. You got to test and see, okay, can I lend this person $20? Will they pay it back? If they don't pay it back within the next week and make excuses, you can't trust them. Because your word is very important as well with you know, loyalty and trust. If you know, give your word to something and you don't stick to it, hey man, I'll pay you back next week. They don't pay you back next week. Hey man, I'll return this. They don't return it within that time frame. You probably can't trust them. They're too flaky. It's too flaky. You don't want all that flakiness. You don't want Frosted Flakes for breakfast. You want eggs. You want something, you know, it's gonna fuel you. People like that won't fuel you. Anything else?
We expand on it tomorrow.
May as well.
Video 2.
Video 2. Video 3 soon.
Look at it this way. I mean, if they get it on video 2, when we get to video 500, it's going to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
You're
video
like,
500. Yeah. Where are we gonna be? Dubai?
I don't even know.
Maybe we'll be in the middle of Nepal with all the tribes. We'll be traveling there, giving you guys a bunch of wisdom and entertainment. So stay tuned for episode 500. Now we have to make it happen. Episode 500, Nepal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, make sure you like if you learned something, and hit that sub if you want to see more like this, because episode 500 is going to be crazy. See you guys.